I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
And I do believe we are live, coming back at you guys once again with another Overwatch gameplay, but this time we are going to be heading into the playoffs season of this, actually the playoffs of this regular season. We're finally here, and we are in the quarterfinals with Ryder versus Mountain St. Mary's. But enough about these teams right now. Let me bring us into our casters and who I have here joining me today. And I am your usual, and everybody should know me by now, Ranger. But I am joined by currently three lovely people, but one of them will be dipping shortly after this. But would you guys like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm live.
What's
gotta go
up? I'm
first.
Static. I'm seeing his DPS.
Jonah.
Hi, I'm Mr. Altitude. I'm
Oops.
a tank player for Sienna.
Oh my god, you almost have the entire Sienna team here. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, get your entire team with us right now.
Bro.
I can get one more in right now.
Oh my God, who?
Bailey, our lovely support.
Bailey's down the hall.
Amazing. But I don't think we have time for that. We are going to run it with the casters we have here right now for the most part. However, Mr. Altitude is mainly here because Man's been a lovely guest on the channel before. Before we get into this game, I do believe with the way playoffs is working and how only the quarterfinals is going to be online and moving forward, semis and finals is going to be in person. I do believe this is going to do it for me in terms of streaming and casting for the rest of this season. So this might be my final game. It really depends if some teams pull something out. We'll see. But for the most part, I think this is going to do it for me this season. Thank you for everybody who's watched and has enjoyed the content. I tried my best to do what was a good stream for you, but I also have to give big thanks to all the casters that have joined me on these streams. Either some have reached out or I reached out to people and see if they were interested, and a lot of them have always showed up and gave me what they could, and honestly, it was some of the best like casters I've had so far. So I want to give a big shout out to everybody who has been a part of the cast once again. And one quick statistic for that, I guess, is I want to give a big shout out to my most. I'm trying to think of the fancy word for who's been on the cast the most, but that person is going to be Life for the most part. Thank you for always
Oh,
joining whenever I need for the most part, and even joining now. I know you're not potentially going to be staying for the whole thing, but the fact that you're here just shows your commitment to this right now.
I love you. You're our number one streamer in the MAAC.
I think I'm like one of the only streamers in the MAAC.
You are the only streamer, but it's okay. You're the only one, but you're also our one, our number one.
I appreciate
Yeah.
So
that.
thank you.
Jonah
To
has
hijack
joined.
the Ranger stream into the Ranger glazing stream. Like it's, thank you very much for being such a consistent and good caster this year.
Thank
Like
you.
For real.
it's always awesome to be able to go and have someone who is streaming games consistently with commentary. And I think you are the only person who's really been doing it this year.
I know other schools have been trying to do it, but not. It's kind of been weird. Sometimes you would just get no casters, no nothing. I think this is like a full set of people. So and that mainly is due to you guys. Like Jonah, Mr. Altitude, you have been on the stream a couple times now. Maybe this is the third time, maybe the fourth. I'm not sure. But you guys add to it your knowledge, your just everything brings the cast together. Sure, I do a lot of the play-by-play, but at the end of the day, you guys are super aware of like the current state of the game, so I appreciate that. All that knowledge helps bring color to it, and that's hence why you guys are called color casts.
Yippee.
And even though if you're not here right now, and if you are seeing this eventually, and you have been on the cast, I do appreciate you guys. So to anybody who's been here before, whether it was like say Nourishment, Soggy who appeared even one time, Nifty Bean, and if I haven't said your name, it doesn't mean I forgot
Dax.
about you. Dax, if I haven't said your name, it doesn't mean I don't appreciate you. But there's been a lot of people, and you are all appreciated no matter what. So yeah, thank you
Aw.
for making this cast of reality.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry.
So heartwarming.
It is.
Getting to hear this, our first newcomer for the first time, Static joining the cast outside of an interview. He joined us, what was it, like last week or
Yeah.
week and a half ago for that, but now going to be joining me on the cast. So yeah,
Hell yeah, brother.
trying to think. I do want to shout out specifically my league casters because, man, I feel like for such a short notice in terms of like when I first got them together, those two, both Chammy and Clanless, who I know Clanless partially touched Overwatch, but both those guys were amazing casters to just jump into the game with. No hiccups, some of the best I've had. Now that doesn't mean I'm thinking you guys are bad. Everybody has something to offer, but I love you all in different aspects. Life, you're always there. You always add a little bit to it. Jonah, you're very knowledgeable. And Static, I have yet to see what you have, so don't think I'm trashing you guys.
I'll give you a little like heads up. Static can bring up the hype. Trust. Number one hype man for
Man.
real.
But yeah.
I
All right.
want to see some 4Ks.
I want to see some.
I want to get hype.
I want to see Grizz Blades actually be effective. No
For
flam.
real. I was telling Cork, I said, tell Grizz, if Grizz gets a 3K with Blade, I'll buy him a new comic. This has been the offer the entire semester. Get a 3K with Blade, and I'll buy you a comic. I've yet to see the 3K. I want to see it. Please, Grizz.
Tonight could be the night.
Man.
Tonight
I'm
better be
here
the
for some
night.
big flank scene from Mountain. I'm excited for the potential from a rider. I think they got a lot of teenage angst in that team. They can pull through.
Did you just say teenage angst?
Mm-hmm. it's like father v son right now.
That's crazy.
All right. Let's bring it back to the game at hand. Quarterfinals of the Overwatch regular season right now. We have a lot of teams going to try to get to that semi spot because at the end of the day, that is where the land truly happens. So every team has yet to play their games. Some teams are playing their games kind of all now. I believe Quinnipiac versus Iona, Niagara versus Manhattan, Ryder versus Mountain St. Mary's. All of these teams are playing right now, essentially. So kind of a cluster of teams. We will be seeing, and do correct me if I'm wrong, we will be seeing Marist versus you guys tomorrow, Sienna specifically, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I did not get an update on how that went originally, but good to
Oh,
hear
my bad.
that Sienna will be going into quarterfinals, having that one last shot. Hopefully, not even last. Well, no, it is one last shot to semis, but hopefully you guys get that shot and it does go through. But it is going to be against Maris, so I wish you guys the best. The number one seed is going to be quite difficult, but it is doable. I have seen your guys' performance. I have seen literally the top four, and then the middle four. The middle four is actually nothing to scoff at right now. I kind of really like it. Is it likely? The
No.
favorites are no, but at the
No.
same time,
No.
what I have seen, I want to see an upset, no matter whether it's Ryder with Mount today, with Sienna against Maris tomorrow, Niagara Niagara versus Manhattan, and honestly, I have little faith for Iona. No, Quinnipiac is gonna win that one. I say it with love, but yeah.
We love that.
Waiting for one player to join. This game is getting not necessarily delayed just yet, but I hope they do join quick. So
If they don't join quick, I might have to dip earlier than expected.
I was gonna say,
I
where's?
will fortunately be dipping now.
Oh, thank you
So,
for joining
I
us.
wish you good luck with the cast.
Bye,
Thanks for having
Captain.
me for
Bye.
10 minutes.
Of course, we always appreciate you and have fun with whatever it is you will be doing, good sir.
I will. Thank you, and good luck with the cast. I'm really hoping that Ryder can put up a good showing tonight.
Absolutely, I hope they do too. All right,
Have a good cast.
thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
I'll be seeing that man in like 5 minutes.
Man,
up, and we are
I
going to
miss
be
him already.
we are going
I
to be
miss him
seeing
already, guys.
Kowalski join in.
It's like
Now, I will say I think Mount St. Mary's is a little bit in a rush to try to get to something, so we are going to be starting this game. No hesitation. They want to get it done, but Riders looking to delay it as long as they can by bringing us at least to a map 4, maybe a map 5. You know what? Maybe Riders going to get the 3-0. We'll see. But until then,
Ooh.
we are going to be going here to Lijiang Tower.
I believe it's going to be a 3-1 Mount. I want to say I love Ryder with all my heart, but I have a feeling Mount will be winning tonight.
It is
Hey.
gonna
Hey,
be
hey, hey,
it
hey,
is
hey.
gonna be a difficult fight for Ryder to win this game entirely, but 3-1 is 100% viable, as Ryder has been able to do that once before. Whether or not they're capable of making it to like 3-2, or maybe even get the 3-2 in their favor, or even 3-0 all the way, it's really going to depend on how they perform tonight. Last time, I think we saw them not too long ago, maybe I think it was earlier this week, they played against Mount, and it was a bit of a 3-0. Kind of feeling like they fell out of form, as it has been feeling like Ryder was growing and really progressing well. That growth cannot be understated, but it did feel like they were a little bit struggling this time around. But this is playoffs now. It's the final game. It's potentially their final series of the season, so they really have to do their best here. Cork is immediately going to be pushing up here at the high ground of Lijiang Tower, where this fight always happens. There's a Venture in the back line, not finding any kills just yet, but they are becoming a nuisance, as Zerial does find the pick onto Cole.
And that's two.
Yep, 2 is already going to be going over to the side of Mount, and right now, the Ryder is not looking very much in control. Ryan, the last Froggy Man,
The cleanup
always
crew picked it up.
having to be that last one alive. He almost makes it out, but Sammy cleans him up, and right now, Mount is in control of the point.
Sammy's playing around this corner, like all sneaky like. I love doing this on my Venture.
Just hanging out here waiting for some push. Probably just trying to displace a target, get them in a bit of a corner and murder them. But Ryder takes the high ground and they go around, ignoring the tank. Sammy goes directly into the back line, making sure Cork gets no support, getting between him and them, and it's not going to go their way.
Now.
The ultimate already coming out for Sammy. One of the fastest ults got in this game so far. The next closest is Zerial with 88%. Meanwhile, his duo in the DPS was at 65% at the time of ulting. That's kind of crazy fast.
Let's go, Sammy!
Ryder currently a bit in a little bit of a playing it slow. Not sure if they feel like they have their footing right now. I do think Sammy is doing a good job. Like, Cork does really want to get into the back line, but the grab is going to come out and lock up too and pick up those easy kills from him. Cork once again still in the back line, not really able to do much. He's just throwing damage into.
Yeah, they're really putting Cork in these isolated positions.
Yeah, Cork is not really able to do much right now. Getting caught out between without any supports. Kind of just absolutely ignored there. He kind of fed ult charge to the supports. They just let their DPS get beat up and they did the damage. Right now, Sammy doing a good job at keeping these two players stuck in spawn. Right now, Kowalski is going to be the target, and right now she is going to go down.
The nano.
No supports.
Cork's running point.
Yeah, no supports for the side of Ryder, as Cork does have to go to point. He cannot make it in time, so we are going to lose this point 100% to 0.
All that to say is really strong performance coming out from Mount here, just separating the Ryder's tank courts, and it's just no support coming for him for these fights.
So far, so good for Mount. Sammy is being that disruptor. Cork has the right idea. He is playing the composition to his favor, but honestly, I'm not sure if he either needs to play back more to assist with the Venture, or his team needs to commit. They need to push past the fact that there's a Venture trying to get in their way and just go for it. Sure, you might lose him in the process, but at this point in time, Cork is up there. You need to be with him. Otherwise, he's just going to fall for free.
Oh, we're going to see the venture off of a lifetime. What a game for me to spectate.
Lasers on this venture. Quite a pick not expected from them. But Sammy is immediately going to get that kill, and his kill is going to be returned. Traded from Lasers. Venture v Venture. They are the better Venture at this point in time since they did get that kill. But their allied Sojourn is going to get the return kill onto Lasers right now. And nobody in this fight is kind of weird, but it does feel like Ryder is a little in control with their kind of picks. But with the way picks have gone so far, there are 3 back for the side of Mount. We are also... Ooh, Cork is going to get booped off the map. But it doesn't matter. He was only at like 58 HP and a dream. So the rest of Ryder is going to get collapsed on. They are going to fall.
Looks like Ryder's going to be able to get out though.
We are going to see the May pick from Grizz right now. He does not have an ice block, and he is going to go down, going right back to spawn. Zerial with this ultimate online and ready to go in one more shot or in a couple more seconds, but man, got that fast ultimate. The perks are going crazy. Zerial booping himself to the high ground. He controls it. I'm pretty sure Ryder is unaware that he's going to be up here. The grab is going to come through when he comes... When he immediately goes through. The grab is going to come out. He actually just boops and goes around the outside. Comes right into the back line. The wall saves Ryder for a short amount of time, but it doesn't matter. The kills are going to come through, and Mount St. Mary is running this game over right now. It does not look like Ryder has a good chance at getting this point, but 50% on the board for Mount. It is still possible for Ryder to at least take some percentage off this point.
I love that Zerial perk.
Ryder's coming up on a couple few important roles, specifically the Ram and the May. Maybe they can pull something out on this choke angle that they're getting held off on.
Rushing down this game, Grizz is going to be putting up the wall to lock up anybody from going to the right, but the ice wall is going to come down. But Zerial with those bubbles is going to be able to walk through. He is going to find 3, but Cork is also going to be finding 2. But now Cork, a man with some arms, is going to be going up the big Russian lady with the laser beam and is not going to be getting the better of them right there. Lasers, speaking of laser beams, Lasers on the run, and they are going to get caught out. 81% on the board for Mount St. Mary's, and I do not believe with the current state of this game, Ryder is going to be able to get through. They need to push through. They get a kill onto Sammy. Cork is immediately going to go, but the Kiriko ultimate is going to come down, and Nano is going to be coming out for Cork. It is going to keep him alive. It allows him to get 2. Grizz goes, touches point, but this is what is happening right now. Cork is on the front line looking for damage. Zerial's looking for blood right now. Kowalski in the back line. Going to be going down. The boop to the window. The grab is going to come out. Zerial needs to play this smart. He's waiting for his bubble. He finds 2. He plays it slow. He's going to get more. Sammy with the cleanup. Oh no, Zerial is actually going to be the one. And BTG is going to get the final kill onto Ragai TM. And I do believe Lasers is going to try and touch with that Venture mobility, but Venture gets stopped by Venture from the side of Mount St. Mary's, and Mount is going to win this round of Lijiang Tower.
Wow, just a really strong hold from Mount coming here. Ryder couldn't really get anything in there. Like, Sammy is just disrupting backlane so well, and Zerial holding such a strong front. It's an immovable wall.
Not an immovable wall to me, as it keeps moving forward onto Ryder and not giving them any more space. Just keeps shutting them down. But yeah, Ryder struggling to find exactly what they need to do in this situation. Like I said in the first map, I do believe they are playing it kind of correct, where Cork does need to like rush into the backline and just disrupt as best as he can. But Sammy is going to be that one to stop that entire play from happening. As soon as Cork goes by, Sammy is immediately drawing the line, making sure no supports can make it to Cork, and just lets him die. It's quite painful to watch, but yeah.
I love Ana. I love playing Ana. But I think maybe swapping off the Ana to like someone that allows them to be more like self-sufficient. Yeah, English is hard tonight.
Self-sufficient.
Yeah, thank you.
I got you.
Will help Ryder out a bit more. And I sadly do have to go. I believe in you, Ryder. You guys got this. Yeah. Okay.
Ryder can
Good
bring
night.
this back. Score
I believe.
or control has never been our game. But yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Control.
I do have to say, coming from Ryder, though, I do like the venture swap. I think the Sojourn was getting pressured really heavily from this venture and is leading a lot of support to be funneled into the Sojourn in the backline instead of what I think should be corked. So I think what going off what Liv was saying is like more supporting and like having self-sustaining backline to get away from this venture and just push through the fight. It would be really good for them.
I do agree, as I did state during the game. Having to probably push up is gonna be their like having the backline commit to go with Cork instead of getting scared by the venture might be the play. If that requires, say, like Kiriko or like Brig to like push past, then maybe that is the play. But we are going to be going to Midtown as the second map chosen by Rider University. Of course, as the losing team, they get to pick a map. The map gets banned by Mount. Did not pay attention to what map they did ban. But at the end of the day, we will be here on Midtown. Ryder will be opted into attacking first. Meanwhile, defense will come through for the side of Mount St. Mary's.
I will say, though, I'm really happy with what I'm seeing from Mount. I like those big grabs. It's just amazing stuff. Zerial sitting on window at 100 HP, just full locked in, no fear of what happens to him.
That last
He's
grab
in
was
full control.
That last grab was clean because he tossed it in there, knew he couldn't necessarily peek, but his team was nearby to finish off the kills. So he has a lot of trust of his team. And I was watching from his perspective. Man never once like looked to see where his team was. So I don't know if that's a tell of like what kind of communication he has with his team, knowing that they are literally right around the corner to finish off these pit targets. So good on Mount overall. Ryder, on the other hand, it does feel, like I said, that I'm not sure if it's a communication thing. I'm not sure if it's a confidence thing. But when that venture does get pushed past, Ryder just locks up and they focus on that, leaving Cork to die. So maybe that is a miscommunication thing. But we are not going to be seeing Sammy on the venture, instead opting for that long range poke for all. Looking for those quick picks. Ryguy almost going down, but avoiding the shots. Lasers is now going to be on this venture, being the disruptor in the backline. Right now, just some good damage. Kowalski getting a pick onto BTG.
Huge pick.
Huge pick as Lasers is going to be going into the backline and forcing out the TP from the side of Mount. And right now, Ryder
down. It looks like Ryder's going to get it.
Ryder is having a
Pushing
good, clean
in.
fight. Two kind of staggered kills, which is going to buy them a lot of time. I do believe it looks like Mount is going to respect this fight, not going to opt into going in and giving up more kills. So they are just going to be looking to take this high ground, look to maintain. Zerial is a little caught out, but there is no way to like pull him in. Ryder is not opting into the Junker Queen composition that they are used to, and they cannot keep him locked up. So they have to respect the high ground positioning for the side of St. Mary's right now. But with these two hit scan characters, as much as like I don't fully agree that Sojourn is hit scan, everybody calls her a hit scan character. She is gonna be opting in with that railgun in tow. BTG is gonna be trying to charge over and look for a quick pick. Just get some damage in.
Disrupting.
Lasers in the backline, just not really popping out on top of the targets. So she's not really right there, but she is just being like a menace by being nearby. Popping at a distance to give the fear, but BTG does find the pick onto Grizzler now. And Ryguy is in a little bit of a weird positioning. And right now, Bob is going in. BTG gets another kill. Cork up here at the high ground. He did have that ultimate, but he did know he was a bit of a bad positioning. Lasers almost getting out to safety, but instead is going to fall on her way out. So Ryder is going to regroup. Not able to push this payload that far right now, as it has not made its way to the tunnel just yet. So yeah.
Yeah, now we're going to see Mount control this whole first area and try and make it really just difficult for Ryder get that first initial push they had.
Zerial is going to be pushing up here to try to force Ryder out immediately.
Oh, but it's
that's
punished.
exactly what Ryder wanted. They needed Zerial to push away from this high ground. They needed him to not have any support. But the beat is going to come out for the side of Ryder as BTG is going to be going in with the railgun. But that is going to force him to slip
Huge
up.
play from Ryder. What a push.
Grizz actually going to be stepping a bit out of
Oh, but
line,
they're
and
gonna be
Sammy
really
is going to
punished
be...
by Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy is going to be finding these 2 kills. Ryder is going to get some push onto this payload as Cork does maintain this high ground right now, and I do believe it is his go time, but there's no support for him as Kowalski just immediately gets melted. I felt like that was going to be his time to shine with the ultimate. Cork was going to go in, but now Kiriko ultimate from the side of Mount St. Mary's is going to come through to support Zerial, and Cork is going to eventually go down. The beam from Juno, or the torpedo from Juno, is going to come through and finish him off. So right now, Ryder does need to regroup. However, 3 minutes on the board, still for the side of Ryder. This is still a good time bank, so nothing to scoff at just yet. Ryder just needs to find those good picks, and Sammy needs to not find them if Ryder has any hope of continuing this push right now. Oh, Sammy in a bad position
here, though.
Sammy, oh my god, BTG almost going down.
BTG's low.
But Lasers is going to be looking to go into the backline. Tries to dash up there, doesn't find anything except for her health falling very low, so she has to back up. Grizz with the blade and ready to go.
Pushing up height though, of course.
Kiriko blade, or Kiriko ultimate does come out. Cork is going to be going immediately into the backline. The Sufferers I Have comes
Huge
out.
ult.
Ultimates are going to be going down. Blade is also out. I haven't seen it really do much just yet, but it does get Sack Hammer at the end of the day. But Grizz, I'm not Grizz. Cork is going to go down. Everything from the side of Mount St. Mary's is going to be going their way. Sure, they lost some members early on, but Bob did something. And right now, Ryder, Lasers, once again, being this last one to survive, but I'm not sure if she's going to be making it out just yet. She is bamboozling the enemy team, as even I'm unsure of what her current position is. But Kowalski comes in to support her sister, but at the end of the day, it costs her both of their lives. So right now, Ryder has to regroup. It was almost
BTG really punishes the Kowalski TP there. And now Mount's just able to fully recontest this entire area again, pushing right up into Ryder.
And reset up and rehold this exact same spot. Sammy slipping off from the high ground, but not Ryder's in no position
Ariel
to push
coming
up.
up on Rampage though. I'm kind of excited to see what he's gonna pull out with that.
What the Zerial doing up here on that high ground? He's gonna be catching out Grizz. Grizz is gonna be taking so much damage that he is gonna be going back to spawn, separated from his team. He is in no position to fight right now. Laser's actually being the next target. She gets spooked and dashes immediately into Zerial to try to disrupt him. It does work, but Zerial is gonna be pushing in here right now. Lasers is gonna get caught out. Zerial going in even more aggressive right now, trying to find these kills. Right now, my plan is Ryder needs to die and regroup and go for her final fight. But right now, they are staggering too hard. This ultimate is going to come out, but the beat is going to come through to just delay their deaths right now. And it's not going to be good as BTG is going to be coming out with no kills other than Ragai TM. But that ultimate, that Sojourn ultimate is going to come through to try to slow them down and stop this final push. Ryder still has the ability to get through, but can they finally actually make it through? Excavation Initiation comes through and does its damage, but Zerial does more. And right now he is going to be losing a lot of HP, getting extremely low. He finds 2, Ryder finds 4, but
BTG's still alive though on the back line.
But is he actually going to be able to do this? He is going to be losing a lot of HP. Cork does not want to step off this point. BTG wants to slow it down. He slides the point, but
Cork
Ryder
lays the hand down.
But Ryder in control right now, and I do believe Mount is going to recontest and try to stop it here. But right now, it's very dangerous. They don't want to step out of line. Ryder wants to go for the sports, and the ultimate from Juno comes out to keep herself alive, but Cork is going to be getting real low. Sammy finding a support. Bob finding another. Another. Oh, and 3. Bob being the MVP, and Grizz finally falls. But the thing is, this is hybrid. Ryder does have the potential to full hold on the first point, but we will see if that's going to be the case, because Mount doing an amazing job right now. Ooh.
Yeah, that was a bit intense, huh? I was getting nervous. Ryder was back into a full corner, literally in the back left over here, but they were able to come back and push the point just a little further past the choke, giving them a little more advantage even if they lose this first point.
I am acknowledging the street sign that says "Don't walk," and honestly, that's what Ryder needs to kind of do. Don't walk, run at this team of Mount St. Mary's. Give them no room to even like get set up, make them uncomfortable. You do not walk, Ryder, right now if you have any chance of winning this map right now. So yeah. And I do know with the way Zerial has been playing, that is exactly their plan. They are not going to be walking. They're going to be charging immediately into the backline and returning to form. The Junker Queen from Court is going to be coming out.
Oh, we're going to have a Junker Queen off. Well, you know what I was talking about before when we see the Ditto? It's one's top 500 and one isn't. That's the difference.
Is
But
that what you meant by Ditto?
I think Cork has it.
I didn't understand exactly what you meant by the Ditto play earlier, but makes sense to me now.
I'm really excited for this. I think Ryder can pull something off here.
Keep in mind, Cork.
They're on their counter picks.
Keep in mind, Cork did touch top 500 at one point. Zerial maintains it often, but Cork recently being a top 500, so I have faith in his Junker Queen.
That's what I'm saying.
Right now, just a funny brawl going on right here. Just looking for some damage. BTG getting some good damage. Lasers getting a good amount of damage. But the support line is going to be the target of Zerial. They are going to
Gets full inside.
Ooh.
Oh, and they get 2.
Mount is going to be finding 2. Don't know where Cork.
Zerial's looking through 3.
Don't know what Cork is doing inside that building. Cork is now running a little. I don't even know. He's just uncomfortable. He's just not in the right space right now. And it does look like Mount is going to capture this point just as fast as Ryder did. So they are going to be going to the second point. Ryder did get a decent push out of that entire second point. But I'm not sure. With 5 minutes and 30 seconds on the board for Mount, I do believe it is going to go pretty easy for them. Even if they have to take it in like 2 or 3 fights. Mount has so much time to finish this fight out. Cork is going to just be axing somebody and looking for that damage, but he ain't going to be finding anything just yet. BTG just getting a lot of damage, has this ultimate online. First to his ultimate. The closest is a 72% laser, actually 88% Kowalski. But really, what is that going to do when a barrage of rockets is going to be coming straight at the entirety of your team?
Cork finds that axe on Zerial.
There's a little poke fest between Junker Queen. Cork gets pulled in the knife. He waits for it. He gets baited around the corner. He gets pulled into the team. Cork pulls him back, but where are you going to go? There is no one there for the follow-up. And the Kiriko ultimate is going to be coming online for Ryder University to try to do something with this, but BTG shuts it down immediately, pushes everybody off this high ground, and nobody can do anything right now. So Ryder University is not going to be able to hold this point underground just yet. And currently, the payload is pushing up and ticking closer to the final bit. In 3, 2, 1. Cork does need to ult to try to make it, and his life body does get there in time, but the problem is it does need to be alive in order to contest. So Mount St. Mary's is going to win this map. Alright, we're already to see Esperanza banned before we even get to the lobby.
Mounts they want in and out on this.
I do believe Mount did say that they have something to attend to after this game. So good luck with that, Mount, afterwards. I do wish you luck on that other tournament, as you are dominating here right now. But we do, not to be biased about anything, we do want to see some comeback from Ryder right now. I want to see
I at least think I want to see a map 4.
I want to see map 5. Bring us to map 5.
Hard seeing Ryder lose on this comfort pick, though. It's really kind of a grim future for the next map, though. You know,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to bust something out a little stronger, a little more concise that they're ready for.
I don't know what they're going to pick with the ban of Esperanza. I do believe New Queen Street is going to be left open. As the final map is going to be Push, and of course New Queen Street is going to be picked. Anyway, New Queen Street going to be the final pick for Rider University. And I say that because if they lose here, the game is over. But if they win here, they need to run it back. And that they won't be picking the next map. So either way, final pick, Rider, win this map. This is your pick. This is your home. Not necessarily. I felt more comfortable on them being on Esperanza, but that map is going to be banned out, so we are going to be going to New Queens either way. So Rider University, this is do or die. Map point, match point, playoff dreams, alive or dead after this map. Oh, I got to transition us in to New Queens. We were going to be stuck on the casters for way too long if I did not notice. Going to be seeing an interesting composition change coming out from the side of Mount St. Mary's. The Roadhog is going to be looking to stop Cork getting into that backline and just disrupt every bit of flow. BTG going to be a menace. No Sammy on that venture to be the menace, but instead BTG on the Tracer. So we'll see how that turns out for them.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of flexible picks. Last time I saw a Mount game, I thought Sammy was on the Tracer, so I'm excited to see what BTG can do.
BTG already back in the backline of Rider University. Just doing a little dance, trying to get into the minds of Rider. So we'll see what
We're trying to play this high ground up here to try and halt Sammy from getting any LOS.
Ooh, hook comes out from 0.
Grizz getting really low.
Doesn't matter if he's low, he's got to be 0 for it to truly matter. Everybody from the side of Rider University is up here, looking to take this fight. But I'm kind of, the last time we were here, there is no real boop potential from the side of Mount, but we did watch Rider get booped off by some players. I wonder who it was. So hopefully Court is looking for these fishing with these knives, looking to get these picks. But Sammy!
Oh, and a hook coming up at Zerial.
Zerial gets a hook while Sammy gets a headshot and BTG gets the kill. Cork gets 1, but is that all they're going to find? As the hook does find lasers.
2 is 1v3.
Cork is 1v5 basically at this point in time, but instead he's going to be joining his team. 5v nothing at this point. And right now, Mount in control of the point payload. Rider, you know,
It feels like a really tense game. I'm trying to be quiet to watch, but at the same time,
you gotta yap, brother. You gotta talk. Welcome to the
yeah,
chat.
I know.
And I'm trying to think, like, what really can Rider do right now, especially going into this hog? Go back to Liana, but no, but that Tracer is going to be a menace. Cork getting hooked and forced onto that trap. A lot of damage comes through.
APG finds the pulse bomb, gets traded off by Rai Guy then immediately gets counter traded for Zerial.
Zerial cannot be left alone. Grizz is going to find a kill onto Komi, but right now Sammy is not going to let that slide, as he does just do that himself. He slides into the back line, but what he doesn't see is Cork coming in from the back, looking for kills. Lasers finish off the kill onto Sammy. So right now, it does seem strange, but Rider's in control of this payload right now, as they are looking for this kill onto Zerial. And now BTG, almost out of dashes, almost runs into the bus and almost gets caught out, but he is going to make it out himself.
I'm glad to see Riders back in this comfortable comp. I really want to see Lasers get these long LOSs that he can just pop off and get those 3Ks on.
Laser's kind of very alone right now, often the very side, but right now taking a 1v1 with Sammy and is gonna lose this 1v1. The railgun shot is gonna come through and it is gonna be go time. The overdrive is gonna be coming out from Sammy, but all of Rider is gonna disengage, not give him any opportunity. Sammy not even pulling the trigger onto the tank, as he does
good
know
respect
that
coming from Rider for that though. A lot of discipline.
Immediately disengaged. I do believe, I'm not sure if this was his thinking, that he didn't really want to shoot the tank that he knew he couldn't kill, didn't want to give out ult charge to the side of Rider. But the problem is Rider has all ultimates on board, so it doesn't kind of matter right now.
Oh, and the all hog.
The whole hog to stop Cork immediately. I would have liked to see the ultimate from Cork, but the thing is, like, that was going to get pushed.
Here comes the beat.
Cork, I want to see the ultimate from you, because I think, oh wait, it does come through. It does catch out Komi for a little bit, but he does keep away to get off that thing. Kiri does get picked off.
They're even right now.
Right now, in a weird situation, everybody is doing their own little fight. Cork is trying to 1v5, and right now he finally gets the re-support the regroup that he needs. But now
Finds a knife.
he does.
Gets the kill.
Sammy going down. This fight is a little scuffed right now, and I don't know who's going to come out on top. Ooh, but right now it's looking like Mount St. Mary's is going to be coming through, but Grizz with the blade finds one onto the sport. Going to be looking for more. Does not want to get hooked by Zerial, so he does throw out the deflect, but Zerial doesn't even concern himself with him as BTG does come through. Lasers kind of now just needs to... needs to rejoin her team, so she is kind of just shooting. I do think she needed to not waste some ult charge giving it over to the other team because she did already have her ultimate. So, bit of a feed, but it's okay. Just kind of needs to go back faster. But that hook comes through onto Grizz, onto the trap, blasted immediately. Sammy finding a hook. Oh, not another hook.
Now I'm taking more.
Bro just keeps hooking him. Next one is going to be Ryguy. 3, 2, 1. Well, actually, Ryguy gets a kill. Instead
And a
they choose
third.
Cork doing a little dance to avoid the headshot. It does work for a brief moment, but it doesn't matter when you're that low. He can finish you off anyway.
Now Zerial at spawn. I think we're going to see an end of the game coming up pretty soon.
This bot is pushing to the end right now in Rider University. All needs to group up. Lasers is going to say this ends now, but it might not.
We are seeing a rampage pretty soon.
This ends now. It might end for Rider soon, but most of Mount is going to be disengaging. They are going to be respecting the ultimates coming through. They don't need to risk anything, and nor do they want to die just yet. They really want to win this out. Right here and right now. Cork is going to be in the back line, but all this support, this Sojourn has the ability to disengage. Cork getting caught on the lip of the ground, cannot get over, so he does fall. Zerial is going to be looking to push up. He doesn't need to push up to the enemy CPS as he could just hook him in. This ends now. Sammy looking for the final kills. Onto the support, onto the CPS, onto Kowalski. These railgun shots are coming through. 2 hit, but not enough to secure the kills. Finally, the disruptor shot does find it. And right now, I'm not even sure what's going on as... Ooh, kill comes through for Lasers. Lasers gets hooked, gets blasted, but the railgun shot into Zerial secures the kill. BTG finds one onto Ryguy, and Cork is now going to be alone. No support. The bomb comes through, finds no kills, but right now it is very dangerous. No HP in a dream, but that dream is going to get shut down immediately. Lasers and Ryguy going to be here fighting for this point. The beat is going to come through. The Juno ult is going to also come through. Bot is pushing and looking to end. Ryan does fall. Grizz is going in, trying to get as much damage as he can as Cork does rejoin the fight. He does still live, and Grizz is going to be here to try to fight with his team. Kowalski getting the heals, but BTG getting the kills. It doesn't matter right now. The Kiriko ultimate for Mount St. Mary's is looking to support this team. Let the or whatever it says, everybody is going to get guided to a win right now as they find this final kill onto Lasers, and the bot pushes to the end, and Mount St. Mary's is going to semis. My voice is absolutely destroyed.
Wow. Ryder didn't give up without a fight, though. They're holding on for a good minute at the end there. But sadly it is. Zerial and his team are going to bring this to an end.
Zerial gonna be bringing this sadly to an end, so we are gonna be seeing the end of Riders for this season within MAAC. I do not believe Ryder is gonna be calling it done with their competitive season. They are gonna be participating in other leagues and whatnot, trying to hone that skill and going into MAAC next year. But sadly, Mount St. Mary's is going to shut down their playoff dreams here and now before they can even make it to LAN. So, big rip on the part of Rider University. I cannot understate their growth and how far they have come from the beginning of the year. So, very strong finish. I will give them that. Even though this was a 3-0, like, you can't... This is, like, what, the second place team? Like...
Yeah,
It could have been done a lot faster.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, from what Ryder was last semester to this semester, it's just a lot of growth or a lot of strength that we've seen coming from them. And sadly, it's just, Mount was just a lot stronger. And it's David versus Goliath. And unfortunately, Goliath won.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, but I just looked at my friends list and immediately this team is just going to be moving into competitive, not stopping the Overwatch gameplay, immediately rolling into it. But yeah, I guess sadly that is going to have to do it for the Rider team this year. But like I said, good try from them. Um, is there anything you want to take of note about this game, Static?
Uh, I mean, we just saw a lot of like Ryder had a lot of potential here. They had a lot of ideas that they wanted to get down, and I think they just had difficulties like pushing those into like fruition. And I think Mount is a very hard team to go against. We have to give them respect, and we have to like just accept that like Mount is the better team, but Ryder didn't quit, didn't stop fighting, and I think if I was on a Ryder team, I would be proud of the game I just played.
I would too if I was still a part of this team. As an alumni, wish I was still playing competitively sometimes, but honestly, like I could talk so much game for like my years, but honestly, with the growth that this team has, this was peak Rider in all of our years so far. So shout out, like, and so much props to Cork and his leadership to grow this team. So yeah.
100%, I 100% agree. I can't wait to see where Ryder takes it next year. They're definitely going to be a team to watch out for.
Sadly, a team that will be changing a little bit as the loss of certain seniors. That happens with every school, so big rip on that part. Good luck to all schools who have to go through changes due to your seniors graduating, and good luck with the real world after graduating from college, guys. But yeah, it's tough out there, just like these games. But yeah, before we close out, everybody gets to get MVPs for these teams. I usually go left to right, and since I'm on the left side of the stream, uh, it's kind of difficult for. Hmm, hmm. I do like want to give it to Cork at the end of the day, trying his best to lead this team. He has the right ideas. He is trying to lead this team, and it did fall flat, but acknowledging like what he needed to do, I saw it. Even though he couldn't like fully execute it, he put in all the effort he could, and I want to give him the MVP even for that. Even at the end of the day, switching back to the Junker Queen composition that both he knows he can do and also his team can do. They acknowledged that the Ram wasn't fully working. So I know that was a call made by him because at the end of the day, without his tank specifically playing who it is, his team just falls apart. So Corked, still good job at leading, even though it was a 3-0. And for the side of Mount St. Mary's, I was going to give it to Sammy at first because he did like be such a menace on Lijiang. But overall, I think Zerial being that like secondary person to like create positions or like create space for his team. Like Sammy assisted in that, especially on the first map, mainly on the venture. So shout out to Sammy's venture, 100% for that. But Zerial overall is going to get it for me because his flexibility on the tanks that he could play, just the way he controlled space, and switching to that Roadhog, one of the least used tanks I think in the MAAC right now, and just absolutely dominating on that. Zerial, you're gonna get the MVP from me. So yeah. And how about you, Static? Who are your MVPs?
Well, I think I'm gonna have to give it a side of Ryder. Definitely to Cork. Cork, I think was making a lot of plays that could have at least kept his team alive in some situations. Was like at least getting a lot of the kills that his team just needed to win a lot of these fights. And so it's definitely gonna have to go to Cork. Like I just love seeing Cork going in and wrecking ham. But for the side of Mount, I think I'm definitely gonna have to go to Sammy. I have a soft spot for flex DPSs who can do their job, get in, be distraction, especially soft spot for Venture as well as the Tracer. Like though the Tracer wasn't as insane as some of those hog hooks, very consistent and did what he needed to do, and I just love seeing that. So it's gonna have to go to Sammy.
At least we both didn't fully agree on everything. We got some variety in here. It's always good to see. good play overall from many of these players, but I do believe that is going to wrap it up for us here at the cast. And as I said, this is playoffs, and these teams will be moving on to semis, and that is in person. And I will be sadly stuck where I am right now, so I will not be able to stream or cast those games. So I do believe that is going to do it for me with all these casts. But thank you for a great year, everybody. And thank you for joining for this game. For now, this is going to be us signing off. Who knows what I'll do afterwards? I'll probably continue to cast. So if you drop a follow and you see me go live, it might be casting some other games. But for now, I do believe this is going to do it for me within the MAAC. But that's going to also do it for us here at the cast. Thank you for joining me, Static. And good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you